Hi, I'm Joanne of Muddaritaville Studio. Today I'm going to show you how to paint and assemble one of our laser cut Suncatcher kits. So, to get started, let's gather your materials. You're going to need two DVDs. The beauty of this project is being able to recycle DVDs you no longer use. Here I'm showing two silver DVDs, and at the bottom, that is a gold tone DVD. And my preference is the silver ones, but I just was showing the gold one there, should you prefer that. You're going to need your laser cut Suncatcher items and some paint and brushes. Now, we're using Fusion Mineral Paint in coal black, but you could also use a spray paint if you like. You'll need some glue. A clear wood glue is the best. We're using Gorilla Glue as it allows a little more time to set and to position items before setting. You can also use a Star Bond glue, but it sets quickly so you don't have the play time. You're going to need your beads and skewer, which was provided with your kit, the hanging cord, and also some jewelry wire. We may include this with some future kits. Okay, to start off, let's glue our DVDs together facing the printed sides are going to be facing inwards. So, as you can see here, I have a movie DVD. I'm applying my glue to that. You don't need a lot of glue, but you're going to put those two DVDs printed sides in and set them aside to dry completely. Now let's lay out our laser pieces for painting with the side up that requires painting. I like to just double check this first. You have two mirror images, so hold them front to back and you will see that the images line up. So here we're going to paint the faces of our Suncatcher, the front and back, and we're also going to paint the first side of the feather that hangs below the Suncatcher. Again, we're using Fusion Mineral Paint, coal black. You can use a brush, a sponge, or you can use some spray paint. Once the front of your feather is dry, turn it over and paint the other side. Now, when your paint is dry, you can consider applying an exterior top coat before you assemble your Suncatcher. That's purely optional. One other option is to paint the back of the loops where the cord threads through. And again, that is an option. Now let's paint our beads. Here I'm painting the small beads black. I place the beads on a skewer that comes with your kit, and you can use a sponge, you can use a brush, or again, you can use spray paint to spray paint or to paint your beads. Not shown here, we painted our larger beads gold. Okay, now we're ready to start assembling our Suncatcher. What you're going to do here is you're going to be gluing your front and back designs to the DVDs. You're going to use a minimal amount of glue to avoid any seepage when pressing the pieces together. You'll notice here we had a little bit of the glue seep out when adding the second side of the Suncatcher, but thankfully it dries clear, so it's not going to be noticeable when it's hanging. Once your Suncatcher is assembled and the glue's dry, paint the outer edge of your piece. This just finishes it off nicely. Okay, now we're going to add our feather to the main Suncatcher. Cut off a 10-inch piece of cord and use that to tie the feather to the bottom of the Suncatcher. You'll notice in this video we only tied one knot, but for added security, tie two knots. Let's add some beads to the end of the cord on the feather. String one small bead, then a large one, and another small one onto each end of the cord. Secure with a knot at the end of the cord. If there's any excess after the knot, just trim it off. Now let's thread the remaining cord, the long section, through the loop at the top hole of the Suncatcher. Now you're going to wrap a piece of jewelry wire around the doubled cord to help string the beads onto the cord. Pull the beads onto the cord, starting with a small one, then a large one, then a final small one. You may need, and you'll notice here, you'll need to wiggle the beads over the cord. Initially, you're pulling the beads over 4 strands of the cord, but later you'll pull those 2 extra strands out of the bead. And I'm going to apologize in advance here because we go off camera a little bit. I'm not used to filming something or videoing something so close in. Now your finished Suncatcher is ready to hang. It will weather better if hung under an eave to protect it from any extreme weather. And if you've made it this far, thank you for watching our video today. If you're interested in more of our content, be sure to hit the subscribe button.